issue obviously isn't if there's enough aid, because from what you're saying, it sounds like there is. The issue is that it can't get to the people who need it. So why is that issue arising? Is it that the aid workers themselves, like the staffers at Oxfam, they can't get through, or that the Palestinians can't get to you?
Well, it is a bit of a combination of right now, the Gaza Strip itself, it's basically there are very few points of entry, and there's only several rotations per week of staff that are have to get approved and vetted by the Israeli authorities 2 weeks in advance, and they decide the night before who gets to go in, a maximum of 50 people twice a week to be allowed in to provide support and relief and oversight to our staff who have lived through years, 2 years now, of bombardment. They've lost family members, they've lost homes, and we're trying to scale up a massive, what is required is a massive surge of humanitarian aid coming in. Now, we are procuring what we can inside the Gaza Strip, but it is nowhere near enough, and it's not allowing all of the goods, people, resources that we need to surge aid in to happen. The freedom of movement is blocked, and this is also across the West Bank. So I keep talking about both because the ceasefire in Gaza has to hold, but the enabling environment for us to be able to do our jobs at the scale needed is required, while concurrently this chokehold that we're seeing across the West Bank has been tightening.
I want to talk about the two separate areas. So, first, when you're looking at Gaza, I mean, as you're saying, this ceasefire that's very precarious. As of now, it's still in phase one. Hopefully, it moves on to phase two and the phases after that. But I mean, Gaza was completely decimated the past couple of years in this war. So, even if the ceasefire holds, I mean, when can normal life really resume here? I'm assuming not anytime soon.
Oh my goodness, absolutely not. Just thinking about if we just want to take the trauma that people live through, I have to say, Brittany, I am moved to tears every time I'm connecting with our team and staff in Gaza and our partners, because they even say we don't know how we do it right now, but we get up every day because we have to rebuild. This daunting notion of rebuilding, just infrastructure, roofs over your head, basic nutrition, access to clean water, basic hygiene products, all of that is a huge amount of need, enormous. And we are not being allowed to bring aid in. We have had aid denied, new aid denied since March of this calendar year. We cannot get anything in. We get it denied for all sorts of reasons, or reasons that are not justified, because these are things like soap, food, water, things to help enable clean water, hygiene products are stuck outside, and all of this is being held. And we are, I would say, I'll use a term like drip feeding communities who are need 2.2 million people, of which 1 million people, Palestinians in Gaza, have lost their homes. It is cold out. They're living in rubble, and in some way, recent rains caused, a flooding. Save the Children reported that people were waking up in sewage-soaked mattresses. This is the situation. We need to be able to do our jobs to help people begin this very, very first step of rebuilding and recovery. Now, it's a huge, long process, but we are nowhere near where we need to be at this juncture.